Welcome, beautiful souls, to the weekly energy forecast. This is going to be from the 3rd of July through to the 9th of July. I'm Felicity from Enchanted by Self. Those who do not know me, I am a grounded psychic. I teach grounded spirituality. I'm an intuitive. I'm a spiritual teacher. I am the founder of Into the Fire Mystery School and Into the Fire membership, which is a membership specifically designed and created for women who are ready to step into the journey of self-discovery and deep transformation. Those who are ready to let go of and move past the superficial spiritual work and dive deeper to see the great transformation and to really witness their own beautiful, unique, authentic, liberated self and the beautiful flame and fire that is within them, of just that inner power, the power that we all have. And sometimes we just got to clear out the stuff and connect to the soul and to ourselves to really step into that. So let's begin. Okay, so if you're interested in that, by the way, you can check the description box below, or you can head to the link in my bio or intothefiremysteryschool.com. And you can even head over and follow the Mystery School Instagram page as well. But anyway, let's get started with this week. Now, we start on the 3rd. So I'm filming this on the 3rd, okay? So Monday the 3rd, blessed full moon. Okay, we have a full moon in Capricorn. I do have a workshop out for this, a pre-recorded workshop. It is an hour of magic where I dive into what's happening within the cosmos and the messages coming through from spirit to help support this energy that's going on. Also the energy of the full moon in Capricorn, but plus channeled messages for you, for your highest good, for you to receive and to help you along your path and your journey and to help you navigate the current energies. I have channel journal prompts in there as well, which are all designed and always every month designed to help you gain clarity and to gain a deeper connection to self. And then this month I have a meditation where you'll be, it's a guided meditation where you'll meet a guide of yours, okay? Where you can release the fears and the limiting beliefs to really help you release that. And then also connect to your beautiful own unique soul's dream, okay? So what it is that your soul is really desiring, really wanting, not what the ego mind thinks it wants, okay? What the soul wants. So if you're interested in that, you can click the link below if you're watching on YouTube, but if you're on Instagram, just click the link in my bio. And just a reminder too, that you can take it on the full moon and you can take it even the few days, like for up to like 4 days, even after the full moon, okay? The energy is still so potent and you can still get so much out of it. All right, let's begin. So that's happening on the 3rd. So this is the beginning of the week. We're also in Cancer season. So, it's just, you might find your emotions are going like in extremes, okay? You might feel one moment feeling extremely happy and elated and great and healthy. And then the next it's like you're in bed with a head cold, or you are feeling angry or really tired, maybe really sad. So whatever these emotions is, maybe it just feels like quite extreme, like extremes of the spectrum of the emotion. Whatever this is for you, whatever you may find that you're experiencing right now as you're watching this or this week ahead, just allow yourself to be present with them. Especially those really difficult emotions, because they're not super comfortable to sit with, which is why we tend to go into escapism and do things that kind of get us away from that, which is okay. Occasionally we need to go and do that, but we just don't want to always go into that or just never sit with what we're experiencing. So if this is you, sit with it, feel into the body, nervous system work. I'm so big on nervous system work. Seriously, it's just, it's been transformative for me. And so I'm just like, and I've tried many things, and this is like the thing that has really, really shifted things for me. So, I've got a hot water bottle between my legs. It's so freaking cold here. So if you hear any water slushing around, that's what that is. Anyway, so if you're feeling these extremes, sit with it, okay? Allow the growth to happen. Allow the emotion to show you the growth. Because what I mean when I say that is that by sitting with the emotion and we get curious about it, or we just sit with it and we just allow it to flow through, we then go past the stage of the mind that's thinking and thinking and thinking, and we kind of either quieten that or we drop fully past that. And we then really connect to the true emotion, the true story of what's going on, okay? So not like the false narrative that our mind can create, but the actual truth. And then when we reach that place, it's like, ooh, so much potency in there, so much. This is where we can uncover, reasons behind certain belief systems we have, or we can uncover things like, oh, I'm still living this old programming or this old paradigm, and I thought I was out of it, but I'm still in it, but just in really subtle ways. And so whatever it is that you uncover with this, or if you're just experiencing these big emotions, give yourself so much love, give yourself so much compassion. And when you find something out, maybe that you have still been behaving a certain way or whatever, and you get really frustrated with yourself, or you think of the past and you go, oh, I cringe about that, or which I do a lot. I cringe so much sometimes when I think about my past, oh God. But anyway, whether you're cringing or whether you're angry with yourself or really sad with yourself or holding shame or whatever it is, release that, because you have to remember that you did not have the self-awareness or the tools back then that you do now. Okay, so that's a really important thing when we come into shadow work and growth and healing and things like that, is we don't hold that shame. We don't hold that shame. Another thing as well, some of you are going to be really realizing a lot of your unhealthy relationships around you. So unhealthy connections, romantic, platonic, friendship, family, and needing to set some boundaries. You might even be noticing your own unhealthy relationship patterns, okay? And even maybe a unhealthy dynamic that's been happening between you and another. Again, this can be romantic, it can be platonic, it could even be business partnership too. And really taking a look at that, okay? And cutting cords where you got to cut cords, setting boundaries where you got to set boundaries. And sometimes though, we really just got to cut a cord, okay? But you'll know what's best for you. You don't have to make big major decisions just impulsively, okay? Another thing coming through here though is like your relationship with yourself. How's the relationship with yourself? How's the relationship with your body? This is something I still struggle with, okay? I struggled for many years, and I even had an eating disorder as a teenager, but this is something I still struggle with. I'm so much better than what I used to, so much better, but I still struggle at times. And so it's like building that relationship, that self-love, that self-acceptance, the acceptance of the beautiful vessel that you... Apologies about that, my storage became full. So anyway, going back into the unhealthy relationships that we can have with ourselves as well. So really looking at our relationship with health, our relationship with how we show up each day, just with our relationship with work, our relationship with social media. Like have a really look at that and let go of anything that is unhealthy, anything that is not serving you. Clear it out, okay? There's another message here coming through though of just really listening to your intuition, paying massive attention to the intuition. Attention. Okay. Paying massive attention to the intuition, okay? And whenever the mind goes into overdrive, and you might go into a bit of scarcity, or you might go into this space of like, it's not going to happen for me, this is never going to happen for me, there is no way, or I can't see this happening, or I don't have enough of this, or I don't have enough of this, I don't have enough of that, whatever it is that's being said in the mind, okay? Do things that help you clear that out, okay? Dropping into the body and connecting to the intuition. Sometimes when we're in a period of things aren't working out, I'm experiencing heartbreak, my world got turned upside down, or I'm just feeling stuck. When we get into that, this is where it's really important. We can tell ourselves lots of stories like it's just things are never going to get better. It's really important to remind ourselves during that process, give ourselves a lot of compassion and love, but remind ourselves through that process that things do change. Nothing stays the same. We change, we grow through those periods. Those periods are where we have our most growth, okay? Our immense growth, extreme growth even, okay? And therefore we change. The external reality shifts and changes. The world changes. Like nothing stays the same. Nothing stays the same. So this too shall pass. I know that sounds really cliche, but it's true. And if you're able to look back on certain times of your life where you have found yourself in a similar position, then just take a look at how that unfolded for you, how much you grew, what that turned into, that rejection, like what kind of redirection was that, right? Or did that, you look back and you go, oh my God, I'm glad that didn't happen because that I got directed this way, or this got taken away, and that actually protected me, right? Spirit's got the back. Spirit's got our back, our backs. Okay. All right, let's get a card here from the Queen of the Moon Oracle. Let's see here for collective. Surrender. Oh, big energy. With on the bottom of the deck, we have trust. But also, like, ducks might even be a symbol for you, okay? But we have a 32, which comes to a 5. Change. Things are changing, so trust that the change is coming. 2 here, it's like she's in this little incubation period. You will soon break free out of this. Trust that it'll be time for you to leave the nest when it's time for you to leave the nest. And sometimes there really is a timing around a lot of things, okay? We might not understand the full big picture of it. If you've got to put yourself into that fetal position and let yourself feel those emotions, do it. Don't resist it. Don't resist what's coming up for you, okay? And don't cling on to what's not for you, for what isn't for you. But with this surrender energy, it's like surrender the shadows, surrender the unknown, surrender the fears. This would be a great thing to do with this full moon, okay? But even just to do this week. So if you don't want to do it on the full moon, or you feel tired, or you can't be bothered, like whatever it is, take some time this week to do this though. It's going to be really, really beneficial for you. Really beneficial. But it's a big week of surrender. And for others, by the way, you're going to see some big growth, some big change, okay, taking place in your external world because you've had so much internally. And this is going to, yes, bring in that big growth, but it's also going to allow you to step into that energy of receive, because sometimes in order to receive, we just got to surrender and trust and then listen to the intuition. When we listen to the intuition, we're able to make choices and decisions from that space versus the mind, versus scarcity, versus anything that's kind of inner child stuff as well, like the subconscious mind. You've got to remember that the subconscious mind, this isn't bullshit, this is science proof, okay? But the subconscious mind runs 95% of the show. Our conscious mind is only 5%. And this is for good reason, right? Because think about when you're driving a car, it's like the subconscious is just automatically drops in, and we're driving, we're like, oh God, how did I get here? It's like, oh my God. It's because the subconscious takes over. The subconscious, keeps us breathing. It has its purpose. But when we have things that we haven't worked through, whether it's past relationship stuff, past wounding, childhood stuff, shadow work stuff, limiting beliefs, things that don't belong to us in the subconscious of I'm not worthy, I'm not enough, whatever it is, we bring that out. That causes a lot of issues, okay? A lot of issues. So let's get here. For the Knight of Pentacles, things are happening, but maybe at a slower level. It might feel slower. We also have the High Priestess here, which is really beautiful energy. So the Knight of Pentacles is what's coming in might feel like it's slow. It feels like it's slow, etc. You just got to keep moving, keep pushing through, and really listening to that intuition. I'm actually going to be running out of time, so I'm going to quickly pull a surrender card, okay, to close this out for you beautiful souls. Surrender the need to control. Surrender the need to control other people, but the situation. Surrender the need to control the situation. Let things flow, and surrender low self-esteem. So again, a lot of love, a lot of self-love. But it's not just about saying affirmations to yourself or having salt baths. They're great, but it's actually doing the inner work that creates that high level of self-worth. Bye, beautiful souls.